darling.
How are we feeling on this glorious Friday morning?
We're feeling amazing.
Okay. Why are we feeling so amazing?
We woke up, my darling. We woke up. The sun is out.
That's right.
You know, I can smell cocoa in the air.
Hey.
I'm in Accra. I mean, life is good.
Absolutely. Where there is life, there is hope. And it's certainly very good to see you. I know that the month of October is very important to you. And I know not even just October, all year round, but in October specifically, we shed the spotlight on breast cancer. This is something that is very dear to your heart, as also you are a survivor.
Yes.
Now, why should we all take Pinktober very seriously, beyond wearing the pink dresses and putting the ribbons on and all of the funfair that comes along with it? Why should we be more attentive when October rolls around?
You know, breast cancer is one of those hidden, I feel like it's like a hidden disease that because there is no major side effects in the early stages of it, it can sneak up on you. And because it can be detrimental, women are literally, the rug is pulled under a majority of women who do get this diagnosis. So it's important to share, and not only in October, but all throughout the year, be able to really emphasize the importance of early detection self-examination for a continent like Africa, where our healthcare is not necessarily up to par. It allows us to be able to catch it early and live a long, full life. I am a product of early detection.
And that was going to be my next question. How long ago was it that you were first diagnosed? And you say that was through early detection. That means that throughout your life you had taken the education seriously, you were examining. What actually took you to the doctors and then got you diagnosed?
So let's be honest. I think before my diagnosis, I have done maybe about a total of 4 walks in America.
Okay.
And not a single time did I check my breast. So the reality of us doing the walk, dressing, wearing the pink, and not checking our breast is real.
Guilty as charged, because I too can hold my hands up and say I've done the walks, I host the programs.
There you go.
But sometimes there's this fear or this, it can't be me, I'll be fine. You just do something like this, the guy, it's okay.
That's right. So I think that for me, I turned 40, and it was routine for my annual physical check to include a mammogram. And then that followed up through the mammography. They called me back, said they couldn't see through a dense breast. They called me back for an ultrasound, still was problematic. They called me back for an MRI, and that's when they found the lump. So I think that continues. I remember even going to get my mammogram. I was a hairstylist running 2 hair salons in the peak of my career, and I kept making jokes like they're gonna squeeze my breast. I'm putting it off. And then one day my doctor called me and said, listen, young lady, get your butt into my office now. So I was grateful for him.
What was the initial emotions that followed?
The day after the MRI, I got a call from him to come into the office. It was February 14th. My husband was away on a business trip. I was actually sick with the flu. So I got up, kids were gone. I have 3 boys, they were gone to school. I rolled up and went to his office, and he said, listen, we found a tumor, and when we tested, it was cancerous. I will advise you remove it immediately. So let's do a lumpectomy immediately. And I said, okay. I don't remember the drive home. I got in my bed and I went to sleep because I was sick as a dog. When I got up, I reached out to my husband, and that's when the reality of everything just started to sink in, that this is serious. This is the C word. This could be detrimental. My youngest son was 9. And everything just started kind of flashing. You know, you get to sit back and look at and just analyze what's next. I knew I needed to seek a second opinion to make sure that the choice I was making in terms of a lumpectomy was a good one. Upon the second opinion, my doctor recommended I do a mastectomy instead of a lumpectomy, which I think was the best thing for me.
The mastectomy is where they actually take off the entire
breast.
Yes. Okay.
because I was young, I had been diagnosed at 40. My hormones were still raging. I haven't hit menopause yet.
Right.
So hormonal breast cancer is a hormonal disease. So your hormones feed into that tumor, make them grow rapidly. She was concerned that the type of breast cancer I had a history of coming back.
Okay.
And she said, drop your chances of it ever coming back to as low as possible. Remove the entire breast. You're young, your children are young, you're going to be okay. So that's exactly what I did.
I take it that wasn't an easy decision to make, or were you more focused at that point of surviving? Because for some women, the mere thought that they're going to lose their breasts is enough for them to then go on a different path. So they might go and seek spiritual healing, they might go the herbal route, anything they can do to avoid losing the breasts.
You know, sadly, in my journey with Pink for Africa, majority, if not all of the women who I have seen change that role or make those choices, it hasn't ended well. You know, in the Bible, it says if your foot hurts and it could kill you, you need to cut it off. And that is such a representation of any part of your body that could kill you. You need to remove it. So I think that understanding the importance of this and why, when you see me, if I don't tell you I've been through something, you will not know. And yet I'm scarred up on both sides. And it is what it is. What, for me, those scars have done for me is remind me that I'm alive every day.
Yeah.
So I think it's all about perception and how you also look at yourself and how you think of where you want to go and why. What's your reason to live? I have 3 lives to live for besides my husband and my family.
Right.
So those 3 lives, I felt my work wasn't done. I needed to impact more. Looking at them today, I couldn't even imagine my kids without me in their lives. It would have been totally different for them.
That's
right.
You know?
So I think it's all about prioritizing not the vanity side of us, but truly, if you're married, which we have happened, and your husband says, if you take them off, I will leave you, he's the wrong man for you. Let me tell you again, my sisters. If he tells you, if you take off your breast, I will leave you. Do you know how many women are with their husbands who cannot sleep with them because their PPs are not waking up anymore?
They have their own issues.
We are still here holding on to those men. A lot of women, we love you. We admire your strength. We admire you being a father, you being a husband. It's not just about the sexual aspect of you. So I think we need to truly understand why this is so important, that your breasts do not define you.
That's a very important message, a very powerful one at that, because I'm sure through your advocacy, through Pink for Africa, these are the realities on the ground. These are real stories that you have been confronted with women who will hold on to the breast because their partner says, listen, if you take off this breast, that will be the end of the relationship. Let's talk more about Pink for Africa and when it all started. What was the driving force? I take it that was your journey that propelled Pink for Africa.
Yes, it was. You know, on that foundation, I look back and realize breast cancer was the best thing that ever happened to me. I say it with such confidence and such passion because it truly was. It allowed me to see beyond myself. Prior to this, I was a businesswoman, I was a mom, I was a wife. I loved to cook for my family, I loved to host parties and take care of my life. And then this happened, and it opened me up to so much more. It gave me an opportunity to just, you know, get out there and open myself and tell my story and encourage others. Pink for Africa started because through my journey, I launched a product that I created, and the gentleman interviewing me for the launch asked me if I didn't live in Ghana, will I be alive today? And I couldn't answer that question. And I knew I needed to basically look back and see how I can reach from my immediate circle, growing into whoever would listen, sharing my story and educating. Then I realized how much women don't want to talk about their stories because of gossip, because of perception, because of how we are seen, how we are judged. So I felt, you know, my Ghanaian sisters, mothers, aunties, everybody needs to understand that it is not this does not pick and choose. It's across the board. Whether you're a lawyer, you're a banana seller, you are a doctor, it doesn't matter. If you have breast and there's a potential it can get in there, it will. So being able to see that on the platform we are equal regardless of what our backgrounds are. We share this common thing that there's a possibility this could happen. Of course, breast cancer happens to men as well.
That's right.
So we encourage women to do both, to check yourself and check your husbands as well. But Pink for Africa has become, in the last 14 years, everything. I have 3 boys. 2 of them are born in October. For the last 14 years, I've never celebrated a birthday with them.
Because of the work that you're doing?
Because I'm here. And I remind them, it's a small sacrifice you make to allow me to go and do this. I make sure all 3 of them donate to Pink for Africa as much as they can. I harass them all the time. And it's really great. I don't have to harass them, but they do. They do. So seeing that we all make these sacrifices is important for humanity.
And we'll come back to Pink Africa. Let's talk about you again for a second. What the journey was like in terms of treatment. What was the physical toll and what was the emotional toll?
So physical toll was obvious. I think that was when it clicked with my children. Because when they saw my hair falling out, I tried to be tough during the day, and then at night, chemo was rough, surgery was rough, chemo was very rough, because chemo gives you physical changes, and those physical changes can be scary. People look at you and immediately feel sorry for you. So that's tough. I lost my hair on my face, I lost my hair everywhere on my body, and you look awkward. And then I gained a lot of weight.
Really?
Oh yeah, it blew me up big time. My cheeks were like that.
I didn't realize that was also a byproduct of chemo, or it swells the body.
It swells the body. You retain a lot of water, it swells the body, your joints. I had sores in my mouth. My nails were all black. It was really interesting to see yourself in that way. Because again, I was a hairstylist, and that's in the beauty realm.
That's right.
So understanding what women go through with changes, whether it's alopecia, whether it's anything, a woman will sit in my chair, I will do a consultation, and after breast cancer, it was a whole different respect for the woman who was losing her hair and had issues with imaging because of that. But yes, the treatments were tough. Surgery was tough. It didn't end. I mean, surgery, as early as March, I had surgery. So the first 10 years, I had to have the implants removed and replaced. I got implanted. And then after 10 years, the implants were switched up. Then 9 months after, I got a call that there's a recall on the implants, and that they cause cancer. So I went back, had it removed, and a new one was put in. Then a year and a half after, I had a rupture. So I had to have that removed and replaced. So in the last 3.5, 4 years, I've had 3 surgeries on that same breast.
Juliet, you're a tough woman, and this body of yours has journeyed with you, in different phases, and here you are, still holding on. Time check, it is some 17 minutes to the top of the hour, 9 a.m. We're still live here on 3FM Sunrise, on 3FM 92.7. We're talking breast cancer with Juliet, president of Pink for Africa. How important at the time was the family support, and how much did that carry you through your journey?
I didn't have to do psycho-oncology. Psycho-oncology is where you have to see a psychologist to help you walk through. Fortunate for me, I come from such a large family. I'm one of 11, and everybody rounded up. My husband was amazing. His family came around. That support is so important, so important. So I definitely encourage people, if your loved ones are going through anything at all, be there. The smallest ways can be a big deal for them. So that support was 100% for me, without a doubt.
And now through Pink Pink for Africa, you're able to also carry forward that support. What exactly, what kind of support does Pink for Africa afford women who are going through this journey?
So through education being the first platform, then we dive into going into the hospitals and supporting women who otherwise cannot afford their journey. So we have those who can afford to a point and then need support. Chemo is one of those things, if you're giving, let's say, 10 cycles, you have to complete it. Because if you wake that lion up and you don't continue, he'll come roaring even more.
It gets more aggressive.
Exactly. So it's very important to finish that cycle. So if they, let's say they can afford to do 3 and there is 7 left, we step in and we help and make sure that the patient is able to finish. Then if there's a need for surgery, there's a need for radiation. So far, we serve 7 hospitals and 2 of them we serve on a monthly basis.
Okay.
We're going to be adding a 3rd one. And we're hoping that our donations, I'm challenging everybody in Ghana. $1, 1 CD.
1 CD, pe.
1 CD. If we are 1 million people and everybody gave 1 CD, think about it. It will be 1 million CDs. And that can subsidize what the government is doing and what allows us. We also have foreigners in our midst. Last year we helped a Nigerian girl who the government will not support because she's not Ghanaian. And she was young, she's in her early 30s. And she was working here in Ghana and she was diagnosed. So we ended up stepping up and helping her through her entire journey. So that is some of what I'm talking about.
You mentioned 30. I also gather that the ages of women who are going through breast cancer, the ages are getting younger and younger. What is the youngest woman or person that has come to your attention?
22.
22?
Yes, ma'am.
What a thing to go through at 22.
We're also seeing younger children come up with lumps in their breast.
Okay.
It may not be cancerous, but they are showing up with big lumps in their breast. And the doctors are really advising to watch their diet. Very, very important. I had a niece who it happened to, and she was an Indomie lover, this little girl.
I see.
Literally had to come off that Indomie stuff right away because there's no much of a nutritional value.
That's right.
The amount of sodium in Indomie is just so much. So let's be conscious of what goes into our body. We're seeing younger and younger women. And there's a type of cancer in West Africa that has been, for some reason, is very targeted in West Africa. There's so much more of it here. It's a triple negative breast cancer.
Triple negative breast cancer. What does that mean?
So it is 3 types of tumors in one nodule.
I see.
It needs to be treated with 3 different types of chemos.
That sounds like an aggressive type of treatment.
It is aggressive. It hits our younger and younger people. And that is why, self-examination is great, but we have to follow through. If you feel something abnormal, from a lump to fluid, pinkish fluid coming out of your breast, to discoloration on your breast, all of that, please have your doctors check you out. Do not play with it. You see a boil on your breast, it may be just a boil, it may not. So have it checked.
Some people think, am I making too much fuss about nothing? Am I disturbing the health personnel if I walk in every now and again because I feel something a bit strange? But certainly the health personnel know that if you don't catch it early, the consequences could be quite dire. So you say, even if you think it's nothing or you think it's something small, go to your healthcare professional, healthcare provider.
And we need to also plead with our doctors to kind of be a little bit more open to our patients asking questions.
Okay.
Some of our doctors get very short and very impatient and don't want to hear us ask questions. Please, as a doctor, you're not only giving us security and assurance with what you're telling us, but we're believing you. So allow us to ask questions so that we can leave comfortable and know that you got us. So this attitude of doctors coming up with, very intolerable personality, I think is very unfair to the patient. And we need to be kind. We need to show compassion to our patients.
I think that comes up quite often actually these days. I don't know if it's because our health personnel are overworked and overstretched and quite stressed out, but not even when we only talk about breast cancer. It comes up that some of our health personnel, you're a bit short with us, a bit snappy with us. You know, we don't have the answers. You do. We are naive. We haven't gone to medical school for 7+ years. So please be a bit patient with us, especially when it comes to breast cancer, because now we're driving home the message that early detection is key. What are some of the myths that you have encountered that you think really need to be busted throughout your advocacy with Pink for Africa? We hear sometimes that if you put, I don't know how true that is, put a mobile phone in your bra like some of us do sometimes, you're going to encourage breast cancer, that you can only get it if you've had a family member who's had breast cancer and has got no history. You really shouldn't worry. I'm sure that's something you come across as well, these myths.
I had nobody in my family who was diagnosed with breast cancer. There were other types of cancers. My aunt died of ovarian, my uncle died of throat cancer, but nobody with breast. I was the first one. So there is also environmental. So you have your genetics, you have environmental, and you have your diet. So there is also these other factors based on your diet, your lifestyle and your diet, based on genetics and based on environmental. So all of it can contribute to this disease. It's not necessarily genetics. Genetics definitely plays a huge role, because if you've been diagnosed, let's say with my diagnosis, for example, I was diagnosed at 40. All of the men and women in my family should start checking vigilantly from age 30. So 10 years prior to my diagnosis, my nieces, my nephews, everybody needs to check and make sure. My children, even more so, because even though mine was environmental, I still now have a genetic trait for my children to do and for my immediate family to do as well. In terms of our food and our diet, it's clear. For me, leading to my diagnosis, I was overweight. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was busy making money. I was running through the shops. I was doing Fashion Week. I was doing traveling internationally, teaching. I was doing television work. I was all over the place. And I did not take care. I did not love on myself the way I should. So when that diagnosis came up, it was almost like a knock in the head. Girl, in order to be whoever it is you want to be, as a woman, we push our young girls to want to achieve, want to be all these big things, CEOs and all these lovely things.
That's right.
Your health is paramount to you achieving any of those things.
Absolutely.
So
I think that's very important. We're chasing all these big dreams. We're not taking care of ourselves, when really, if you don't slow down, your body will slow down for you. But Pink for Africa, as always, you're up to something exciting. For those of you who are watching us on Facebook, we've got the flyer up, and of course you can go back and watch this conversation on Facebook, also on YouTube as well. And Juliet says that we have to support. Even if you're giving 1 million of us give 1 cedi each, and I know you can do more than that. 3FM family, you can do way more than that. I'm going to be supporting. You should support as well. So you've got the Momo number on there. I'll repeat it for those who are listening, but you can also go back and watch on Facebook and on YouTube. 053 048 6494. That's 053 048 6494. There's a merchant number also to go along with it. The account name is Pink for Africa, merchant ID 239418. But this will be on Facebook and will also be on YouTube. Juliet, your final words for us as we wrap up on this conversation.
Let us continue to love each other and show kindness towards each other. At the end of the day, when you reach out and touch somebody else's life, believe me, God exists in you, and that is what we are truly meant to be. Pink for Africa is here every year. If you need help, you need support, reach out to the big hospitals and you will find your way to us. Thank you. Absolutely.
And it's a pleasure to have you here with us. A pleasure listening to your story. I hope you never get tired of sharing this story with us, because I'm sure a lot of us are still getting a lot of inspiration from what you do, from your story. You look well, you look healthy, you look beautiful. The story here is that take care of yourself, take care of your body, and watch what your body can do for you. When Julia tells you about the time when the body was bloated, the nails were black, the future looked bleak, you'll think, how can somebody get through this? This is a living testament of what a woman's body can do. Don't underestimate yourself. Juliet, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you so much, darling.
And happy Pinktober to you.
Thank you.
Memories prelude, whether or not they're going to gag the candidates.
We get eyes but can't see.
One Franklin Oklu, man who is in charge of everything technical here at MG Radio. Franklin, good morning to you. We are shaded like that. It's not payday yet to Franklin. Take your time. Gentlemen, good morning and thank you very much for your time.
Good morning for having us.
Yes.
Good to be here.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Helen, I want us to quickly go through the Auditor General's reports, at least from 2018, how much we have been losing year on year and how we have been playing with it. And then we can come to the conversations with Solo and Council.
Certainly. I'm already looking at this first figure from 2018. I don't know if I've pronounced such a figure before, so please bear with me. We're in the billions, am I right?
That's right. You're in the billions.
Okay. So, we've gone to...
No,
can we go back?
It's
Yes.
going to go to...
All right, so this is the Auditor General's report, Recoverable and Administrative Irregularities, 2018.
Yeah.
3 billion...
7,258,924
CDs.
Yes.
Lost
Yes.
in the year 2018.
Yes.
Fast forward to 2019, we're talking 5,468,398,431.
Clean, gone.
2020, we jump even further.
Going.
12 billion. 856 million.
Right.
172,626.
Gone.
Fast forward 2021, 17 billion. 483 million. 483,538.
Gone.
2022, 15 billion and 59,441,806.
Yes.
CDs. In 2023, we see a bit of a reduction there. 8 billion.
Anything to be proud of.
Something small. 8,799,263,120 Ghana cedis. 2024, a sharp rise from what we see the year prior. 18 billion, the highest we've seen so far. 415,673,589 cedis.
All lost to, well, they say what, payment irregularities, procurement irregularities, name all the irregularities you can think about. So look, what does this tell you? These figures?
Yes, it tells me that we are gradually becoming a banana state. We don't care. Laws are not working because people put in positions are not really working. If they were working, we would never experience this. You see, if you look at the figures, 2020, that was the year we experienced COVID.
That's right.
You understand? That was the year we were told that...
Let's go back to 2020, Kuzo.
Yeah. So we were told that workers were in the house. We were told that government wasn't procuring. Everything had come to a standstill. And in fact, it was the year that the MPP keeps making reference to, but for COVID. Yet, the thievery, I don't want to call it irregularities. That is what these technocrats, if they want to steal from you, they write irregularity. What is irregular? They have stolen our money. It is in their pocket. That's what we must go for. Yet, they find a way of causing the country to lose 12 billion, which is more than what we were going to the IMF to fight for. So if you put all the figures from 2018 to date together, Johnny, do we need to go to the IMF? Do we need to go to the African Development Bank? Do we need to go to the World Bank? Do we need to go to any of the international institutions or the money market that we have always been writing essays to go and take money from? It means what former President Nana Akufo-Addo said is right. That Yatisikaso, indeed the money is here.
So accommodate
here because few people have hijacked the system and using it to their personal benefit, not you and I. And that is why poverty keeps growing by the day. Now, why wouldn't it be increasing? I was surprised that in 2023 it dropped.
Briefly.
And they made it up. They made up for what was lost in 2023.
By going up to 18
because they realized that no, it was a mistake. It was an anomaly. that...
Who realized that?
No, the civil servant, the people in authority.
They realized that what?
Yes, it was an anomaly.
That they should have taken some more.
But it was increasing return from 3 billion, it jumped to 5 billion. From 5 billion, it went to, was it
12
billion to 15 billion.
Yeah.
So why would you drop it to 8 billion? It should have been at 17 or 18. Then they dropped it to 8. I said, no, that was a mistake. Let's restore to parity. They moved back to 18 billion.
Why, do they have a committee or something?
No, now they make sales to the bosses. Make no mistake. You see these police guys that are on the roads collecting money from drivers.
Offending drivers.
Every Monday, if you have ever lived with any police commander, early morning you will hear text message, pew! That is the share. So who watches the watchman? The boss that is supposed to crack the whip is a beneficiary of the booty. And that is why many a times you go to the Public Accounts Committee, these things are exposed and nothing is done. And nothing indeed is not going to be done. And I'm very happy that the president is saying that he wants to make an attempt. As to whether or not that would also see the light of day is also another matter, because the very people that you are going to entrust this project into their hands, they are one way or the other involved in this thievery.
But the president says he wants to meet the Attorney General, the Auditor General, and the Chief Justice or Acting Chief Justice to find a lasting solution to this. Is it going to work?
That is what I'm saying, that the president seems to be striking the right notes, but as to whether or not the lieutenants involved who would help him achieve the objective will help is another matter. The Auditor General itself, that department, that agency, they are a problem.
How are they?
These are even the tip of the iceberg. They go there, and as to who pay as you earn, or pay, and your name will be edited, or your offense will not be featured in the report. It is just clear.
This is a serious allegation you are making.
But we live with them in the community. Look, sometimes the sort of how we embellish reports, it amazes me. Something that is so clear. They go to the various districts. If you like, set your men in the various district assemblies and ask them what the auditors do when they come to them. They must find some fault. So you see, you read the Auditor General's report, the sort of thing that they write is not what is actually happening on the grounds. If they were going to be 50% truthful to the people of this country, I'm telling you, these figures you are seeing is the tip of the iceberg. It's so serious.
There's more.
More. And in most of the occasions, they don't have answers. If you read their responses, you will vomit. Oh, we are working on it. We have contacted the families. We are trying our best to retrieve the monies. Do you negotiate with an armed robber? If somebody has stolen, it's not a matter of negotiating. The law courts are there. You prosecute. But they won't. I was reading the 2024 Auditor General's report, and you go to page 324. Go and see what Esla did at the Communications Ministry. So sad that a company by name Martin Fracco was given a contract to manage the National Data Center, the eGov. Now, on the commencement of the contract, they are supposed to pay $2 million.
That's right.
Johnny, they refuse to pay. Now, subsequent years, every year, they are supposed to pay $1 million. So by the 5 years term, they are supposed to pay $6 million. Deliberately, they did not cause them to pay.
For which reason?
For which reason? And would you believe, or do you believe for a moment that the managers of that ministry will just allow them not to pay and also not be, as it were, cushioned in a way? These are the matters that we are dealing with. But when such things come, the country just look unconcerned. You hear all manner of people begging behind the scenes, oh, he's a man, he's a woman. So who is not your man, who is not your woman? Then who must be in Insawam? Then you must as well go to Insawam and get all those in there out. Because the crime rates involving those outside the prisons are more than those inside the prison, with the exception of those that killed.
So you say all of this that we see is engineered actually by the civil servants?
Yes. They know the system.
They won't be happy with you.
Oh, but they are doing that. They know it. They are the nemesis of this country. And because when you are a politician and you go to these ministries, they compromise you. Many a time they are they are unable to speak. If you are a minister or if you are head of an agency and recently you have been made to sign checks that you are benefiting from it, note that they have compromised you and you can't speak. When you want to crack the whip, they will remind you that, Mr. Minister, do you remember that voucher you signed? It was part of this. How then you speak?
You be hanging yourself.
That is it. So all these things, I mean, a tiny bit of it is what is featured in our Auditor General's report.
Counsel, are laws that effective, or should we be changing the laws so we make it more stringent to punish people? Right. Because it does appear that we have the laws, we have the people to implement the laws, but if you look at the figures, it's quite shocking and heartbreaking.
Johnny, good morning to your listeners.
Good morning.
I always listen to you on my way to
Thank you, sir.
the office, from your guys in Kwabenya to Bigger Than Accra and all those guys. And, yes, and your constant guy, one particular guy who always wishes both the president and Nunekweku. Yes.
It's called Common Sense, Abolo.
Yes, but it looks like a lot of women don't phone into your program for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Yes. Maybe you are not. Maybe leave it to her.
Maybe because they know I'm married, so they are very careful.
But they're rather going for the married men than the single men.
No, that's corruption, and I don't want to be involved in corruption.
Okay. Now let's find out. Let's find out.
Corruption is what?
Let's find out. Let's find out why.
No, I'm not talking about financial corruption.
This one.
I'm talking about marital corruption.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Johnny, I think we have back to the issue on the table.
Yes, sir.
We have enough laws to deal with this. When the figures were being put up, I tried to add. My maths had been very bad, even though I'm an engineer, and I got something close to 80 billion. Yes,
80 billion.
yes. And I was moderate to use the 16 cedis to $1 then, and I was coming to something like $4.8 billion. And we went to the IMF for $3 billion. So we could have given money to IMF to give some other country and wait for the interest. That is where we were. But you see, the whole thing looks like a comedy. What we have seen this year, we saw it last year.
Right.
And we've seen it the year before. They come, they parade in front of a Public Accounts Committee. We talk nicely. Oh, go and see no more. Then they go. There is one thing I want to agree with Solomon here. It's when the auditors come and they finish, and let's say there's a bit of discrepancy between maybe 20 cities and 10 cities.
Right.
Then you can't find the 20 cities, but maybe you can find 10 cities. Then it's like, okay, then give us 3 cities out of the 10 you have, and keep
so
the 7. Then we will all say that goes into miscellaneous unaccounted for.
Okay.
I have seen it before.
Oh, is that the case?
Yes, I have seen it before.
Ajana 1, Ajana 2.
Yes, yes. So I've seen it before. So I can confirm what he's saying. I've seen it before. But then also there's something that I found a bit interesting. I only realized it when the guy Kofi Juma.
Right.
When they said that someone said every weekend he gets
40,000.
40,000. Whose money? And for what purpose?
Well, as for Kofi Juma, you don't have the dossier.
No, but what I want to tell you is that perhaps that cuts across. Perhaps that cuts across. So if you're a chief director, you are a minister, or you are a CEO somewhere, maybe you are going on Friday, you also have to get something and go on. I was telling him an experience I had when I first moved back from UK. I was working for a good company. We traveled, and the guys were using the company's money to buy beer and whiskey. And I was like, really? And they said, oh, it's on you will retire it. You can't do it anyway. So it's the mentality.
You were shocked.
I was really shocked. I was really shocked because there was a time I used £4.20. I remember this experience in UK on my Barclays card, which was for Environment Agency. I got to work the following day and realized the error. I should check immediately. My manager said the next time you do it, I will withdraw the card.
Whoa.
£4.20.
Not up to £5.
Which in today's term would not even be up to 100 cedis. Yet, so when we are doing this type of thing, it is the mentality. Last night I was talking to a friend of mine who works with GRA. He said, bro, I've given up on Ghana. I'm waiting for my turn to also start to amass. When I get to the point where the money will be going through me, I will amass mine. Because we get money and see how people are misusing the money. We have become enemies of the traders. We have become enemies of the department because we are chasing them for money, for tax. And you see how people are using it. So, bro, I am waiting. The day they promote me to a level where money will pass my hand, I'll get my own. Before Ghana, if it ever exists, will get their own. That is what we have. So the best thing is punishment. I don't know whether you are old enough to remember the Ad-hoc Committee that went around the country.
Yes, I remember that.
I remember very well.
It was published in the Voice and all those papers.
Yes, a situation happened in Huawei then. The headmaster of Huawei AP Secondary School was dismissed for misappropriating. That was when I heard the word the first time. 50,000 cedis. Today it will be 5 cedis.
That's right.
And today, look at what we are seeing. Do we have to get another Huawei type of committee to go around the country again? No. I saw the MCE from Huawei here. So it means every MCE comes or DCE comes here. And you see the civil servants, as he said, all parading themselves from Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Ghana Statistical Service, all of them. And the story is the same. No surcharging. So it is just a means of telling you to go appear before them. After that, go back home.
But should we be putting the blame at the doorstep of the Public Accounts Committee? Because I know I know that before the Public Accounts Committee sits, the Auditor General's Department goes around. They go and do their checks. IOCO will go around, go and do their checks. Parliament's Public Accounts Committee will go around, do their checks. Those who are not able to answer fully all the questions are the ones who are brought to the Public Accounts Committee to come and answer. So if we know that per our checks throughout the year, the people have not been able to answer, why do we have to come and waste public airtime and show?
Why do we have to wait? Not waste. Wait until it will reach that level.
I'm talking from a media perspective. Airtime costs a lot of money.
No. Before we even get to airtime, why don't we plug it where we realize that the person is not performing?
Right.
Let's assume the Public Account Committee goes in, let's say, March. Why do you have to wait until September? And between March and September, a lot more rot would have taken place. That's what I'm thinking about. So I think the system where nobody is able to blow the whistle properly, because the one who will blow the whistle is also benefiting. So the whole system, I think the whole system needs a total reset.
It's because the leader is stealing, the followers will steal.
Everybody is stealing along the line and roping the leader. Because look, Malam Yaya's story. Remember?
Right. That's right.
Malam
Isa, sports minister.
Sports minister. You remember what Alaji Kimfesa owner was there? Alaji Gruza said he told him that when you get there, the people you are going to meet at that ministry, they are mafia. They will do you in.
They will change your bag for you.
So don't go there. It means that he knew that these things are endemic within the system.
Right.
You would have been thinking that civil service is nothing, but you get there, we have a stash of money. Everybody is trying to get. So the best thing we need to do is, I think that the whip need to be cracked. The call by the president at this time, my only fear is that we don't have enough prosecutors. Yes, we don't have enough prosecutors.
That's where the problem is.
That's one. Number two, I pray that the tribunal system will kick in. So that
are we committed to doing that? I mean, I know people who have said that.
The minister said it at the meeting, the CSO, that the past Tuesday, there will be cabinet meeting,
right?
And that will be discussed. If cabinet approves it, once parliament sits, it will be approved, and the tribunal system will come in place.
Right.
So I'm praying that the tribunal system comes in place. Then he indicated that for the Galamsey ones, they will be given limited time to say all Galamsey cases should be done within 6 months.
That's right.
If we can have something like that for the Auditor General's report too, that would be fantastic. So that people, but the fact is, how do we go after the assets they make out of the money they steal? That is the other bit. You remember there was a time some personalities even bought assets in the name of their 3-year-old, 4-year-old children.
That's right. That's right.
We need something like that today. Because we have the money. As he said, Ghana beyond aid. Or Ghana after aid?
No, Ghana in need of aid now.
Ghana in need of aid now.
Now we are Ghana in need of aid.
Now we have Ghana has aid. Ghana has aid. That's what we need to do. But this is a very serious thing. I was really surprised when Safo Mafo got through all those rulings against the Auditor General, and that sort of weakened the system. But the people we appoint at Auditor Generals, they must be up and doing. Because we cannot have the same league. You do know that the Public Accounts Committee is chaired by an opposition MP?
That's correct.
And what they are doing this year actually didn't happen under NDC.
No.
It happened under MPP.
That's right.
So what are we doing? Is it like, okay, bring the sins of my government then, let's massage it and you go home? No, I think something ought to be done.
So this I don't know how to put this one because it may sound like Johnny's bite. I don't want to sound like it. But it looks like it's a vicious cycle, as counsel said.
Yes.
And, you can see the people who are chopping.
Yes.
You know that somebody's salary is about 4,000 cedis. But the person's lifestyle is beyond that.
Yeah.
Can we not do a lifestyle audit?
No, that is what we have been preaching all this while. You remember the GTP that we brought? One of the cardinal policies that we're going to implement to deal with the issues of corruption in the country and life was lifestyle audit.
Right.
Look, apart from Ethiopia, the next country that has a lot of concerned people, gossipers, is Ghana. It is very easy to identify individuals and their properties in this country. John, it will interest you to know that in the area that you are living, you may not have spoken to about your neighbors.
That's right.
But one day you will meet your neighbor, he will tell you your story.
And you'll be shocked.
I wake up very early in the morning, leave the house, go back late. My neighbors, they know my story more than myself. When they meet me on Sunday and they are telling me, so you did that, you did this, I know your man. I said, how did you get this information? They have their own way. So it's very easy to go after them. Now, beyond that, all these ministry, district assemblies, and so on and so forth, they also have what we call internal auditors.
That's correct.
So what it means is that the internal auditors are not working. Prosecution must be, we must start prosecution from these internal auditors. What control measures were put in place to avert the crimes being committed in the first place? Because if the crimes were committed means you looked unconcerned. What about the district financial officers or finance officers of these institutions, the hospitals, the schools, and so on and so forth?
Right.
What sort of work are they doing? We must also rope them in. If you say and block, you are going to go and tackle all the people involved. You may not have the necessary prosecutors and so on and so forth you are looking for.
But is that not what Operation Recover or Loot promised us?
That is why some of us are disappointed. I mean, the last time I was saying it on TV3 that the Attorney General started well when he was briefing, giving the daily briefings. But now I dare say he is the reason people are even losing more confidence in the system. All of a sudden,
plea bargain. You don't like the sound of plea bargain?
I am even going to Parliament, and Joe will help me draft my petition.
Has he told you he will help?
By force. This is because that law that was introduced in 2022 was a way of endorsing corruption in the system. That there will be plea bargain, you go and steal, but when you steal, make sure that you leave about 60% somewhere. When push comes to shove, you go and then negotiate so that you pay and then keep the 40%. What sort of system is this? How do we fight corruption with such a mentality? It must be a very, very dangerous enterprise to engage in.
So you can steal, let's say, 100,000, keep it for about 4 years.
Yeah, work with it. In fact, you work with it, make money,
invest it, make money, make profit of it. Then when they come, you say, okay, you take your 100,000.
I mean, how can we even think of it this way? China is killing someone for corruption. Is that the case? We go to China to go and borrow. If they were behaving like us, would they be having enough money to give us?
No.
France is prosecuting Sarkozy. In fact, they are putting him in jail for crossing border to go and take money outside to come and do campaigning.
And that's a former president.
That's a former president. The last time I petitioned the office of the special prosecutor, I had some young guys who do not understand why they are even in this country, why they are taking part in politics, complain. Now, why am I saying that for the vice president saying he donated more than 300 pickups is something that it must be looked into? They don't know that it could be monies coming from some of these business acts that people in the public service could steal, and then because they want to be shielded or protected by powers that be, they will invest in politicians. So that when you win power, can you then go back and then deal with these civil servants? Go to cantonments. Some of these hefty buildings that are springing up is owned by civil servants, but they are very crafty. You will see them in their rickety cars. These civil servants, they were trained probably by the communists.
Hey.
You will see them on bicycles. They will go and buy a shoe, countermand to. that the under can measure about 10 feet. You think they have never seen 1,000 before in their lives. But they are the ones controlling the monies. And so the lifestyle audit you are talking about is so key to dealing with this problem. Else, it will be increasing returns. This year, last year was what, 18 billion. We may move to 30 billion if care is not taken.
If you live in a country where people who speak up, people who call people to order, like the Domelevos of this world, are seen to be enemies of progress. They are anti-rich. They don't like people who have made money, and I have suffered that.
No, I was going to say, why are you taking yourself out?
No, I'm not the subject matter right now. I'm in the photo, so I can't see. I'm in the frame, so I can't see.
You are conflicted.
You are conflicted.
So, but I'm asking, what if you live in a country where you ask critical questions and you ask questions, where did you get this money from? Then you are seen as an enemy. How do you fight it?
No,
if you live in a society like that,
it's difficult. It doesn't even encourage anyone. You understand? A lot of elderly men. Sometimes when you close from your program,
3 FM,
people that have served this country at various levels. I mean, big men, creme de la creme.
That's right.
They call you and they shed tears that they have suffered in vain. That they sit back. You know, when you are on retirement, sometimes you regret for some of your actions.
Right.
That why couldn't I put in safety measures to forestall any of these things happening? Yeah. So they confine in us that, look, we know we are going to die very soon.
That's right.
We know you are not many in the system. But the day, Johnny, some of you will stop it, I tell you, people will die in their homes. It is some of these discourse that gives them hope. They have lost hope in the system. That they will hear from you, they will hear from Helen, pushing them. You could also go and take some of the money. I'm telling you, those that are there, they are looking for you people to bribe so that they will shut you up. And unfortunately, the media landscape too, a lot of our journalists have compromised. I don't want to mention the media platforms name, but I was surprised. I was scandalized.
Don't give us problems.
No, I won't give you. But I told them backstage, a big media platform, when we petitioned that the vice president be investigated, the sort of the line of questioning that the media house was asking, I asked the guy that, hey, so you anytime you come on air and create the impression that you are fighting corruption, what sort of corruption are you fighting? That you want to turn the heat on me? When I'm rather asking a harmless question that this man said he single-handedly donated these vehicles.
Right.
It must be your concern that, in fact, you must join me to push him to show us how he got the money.
That's correct.
But a lot are compromised. So we have to keep pushing. Maybe there will be a time that we can recruit a lot of people that will join us.
Okay. Council, oral, is it a reality or a myth?
No, it's a reality. I got an information from the one of the platforms that I share with the Attorney General that it was recently he got some of the dockets back from the investigators.
Right.
Remember that the oral was a bit more of like information gathering. Now the investigators need to sieve through and pick those that are credible, those are just hearsay, those that are just maybe mere noise, and those that have solid information to put together. Now, and he indicated that pretty soon there will be some prosecutions based on oral. So I don't think it's a myth. I think work is being done. I think that we carried so many people along. People's expectations were so high that a lot of people don't think that we need to do a bit more of legal work so that we don't rush to court and get thrown out and just say, oh, you took me to court, you lost the case, you can't take the person to court again. NDC is aware that if oral fails, NDC fails. That we are aware. So I will not say that the Attorney General is relenting on that. I explained to you earlier on. I think one of the problems I have is whether the Attorney General has enough lawyers,
the prosecutors,
to do the work. But I think they are fully aware of the problem they have. Just to add to what my brother said here, apart from the internal auditors we have at the various institutions, we have almost every district has a Ghana Audit Service.
That's right.
Almost every district.
They do. It's true.
They have the Ghana Audit Service.
That's true.
And you see, I am not a fan of the transfer of staff. But I think in our system, no staff might stay at one place more than a year. Much as you need institutional memory, I think it also compromises a lot of people so much that they get used to the place, that they get used to. I know the finance officer at this hospital. I know this is my padima. We drink after work, etc. Then, but if you are aware that, Charlie, you have only a year. Likelihood that you will be transferred. You will do a bit of more diligent work and not be focused on the personality you know over there. It's all boils down to our mentality and our thinking and how we implement certain laws. If our laws are biting enough, if they serve as deterrent enough. He gave an example of China where somebody is going to be executed because he stole some money or he was corrupt. He was a corrupt official. We don't have things like that. I'm not advocating for death penalty, but the punishments are not severe enough. It takes a long time for cases to be brought up. It takes a long time for cases to go through the court system. It takes a long time for prosecution to be for people to be convicted. And sometimes by the time you are reaching conviction, there's change of government and something else happens. And the process doesn't go through. So it makes it that once you are trying to chase persons about things they've done within a certain period, they see it as a political witch hunt. My view is that where there are witches, they need to be hunted. Anyway.
Is your government ready to set up fast-track tribunals for some of these things?
I am aware of fast-track tribunal for the Galamsey.
Right.
I am not yet aware of the oral one. But I don't see any reason why that cannot be done. But again, and if you look at the tribunal system, you don't necessarily need lawyers. You need ordinary people like yourself and a Solo, even though his voices are a bit bitter at the moment, nobody would choose him for any of those tribunal systems. So you need ordinary people, and I think you need just one lawyer to be part of them, and presto, you are gone. So if we are able to do something like this, and even if you're able to have recover half of what we have lost so far, that's a huge chunk of money. We will not be going around begging. And it will make people have confidence in the system. As it is now, everybody will point at somebody and say, oh, I know you are going to make it anyway, by virtue of the place you are. I get calls every day from people saying that I want to join immigration, I want to join customs.
Some people say that some places are juicy.
Then I ask them, why? Why do you want to? Why? Yes. Why don't you want to join fire service? For crying out loud. Why won't you join fire service?
You would die on the job.
No. So you see that everybody, because they have seen somebody who was in customs. Someone called me and said, can't you get a place at Gapoha? Because I know a security man at Gapoha just put up 2 buildings. So if you, lawyer, engineer, you are able to get Gapoha.
Or they say MPA or TOR or boss.
You make it. So we all sort of see how the people from those areas behave. They don't hide their affluence or wealth. To be frank, they don't hide it. It has become normalized now because we don't have a system where we don't have any law now. You are talking about lifestyle audit, but we don't have any law backing it.
We'll take a break. When we return from the break, we'll talk about the new patriotic party. This is Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Helen, so far,
so good.
Should we do the lifestyle audit? Should we push for the legislation?
We must. And as a people also, the things that we glorify, we as a society, we've decided now that we don't care how you make your money. As long as you're flashy, we see you at the funerals, the parties. If you're flashing the money, they don't care where the money comes from.
Honorable.
As a people.
Honorable.
Number one.
We don't care. I don't know how we cure that particular canker of bringing back the shame of wrongdoing. Now wrongdoers, they feel free. They are free to go about it.
You know what I like? I see very grown old men driving, let's say they are 2010, 2012, well-kept Corolla or some other vehicle, and it's in pristine order. Then you find some young guy who has not worked even for 2 years before, and he's driving a Mercedes Maybach. If you dare ask, how did you make your money? Wahala day. I'll see you after the break.
This is still 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7, and it is still a winning season again. This time we're not just chasing wins, we are collecting them. The luckiest is back again, bigger and better, with chances to change your life. Now let me show you 2 easy ways for you to get in the game. First, grab your phone, simply dial *712#. That's *712#. Choose option 1 to buy a ticket for yourself, or option 2 to buy for someone else. Do you want the system to generate a lucky ticket for you? You go with option 1 again. Prefer to choose your own lucky ticket number? That's option 2. Confirm your payment with Momo and you are in. Now for the online way, head to theluckiestafrica.com and register. Tap on community tickets to either pick your own lucky number or let the system choose one for you. You can also buy a ticket for someone else. When it's time to pay, use your Momo if you are in Ghana, and if you're abroad, you use your card. One ticket can multiply your money by 500 times, and your entire community could win 10 times over. This is your golden chance. Hop on and let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief.
Now the Alisa Hotel brand is a stalwart in Ghana's hospitality, and they've undergone significant luxurious transformations. At Alisa Hotel North Ridge, there is a new level of comfort and design. Guests can now discover redefined comfort in the newly renovated rooms, featuring sleek contemporary designs and enhanced lighting for a truly serene atmosphere. For the ultimate relaxation destination, the Oasis Lounge and Bistro at North Ridge is the place to be, described as the crown jewel of the new pavilion. Guests can enjoy outdoor dining on its serene, expansive, lush lawn area, elevated events and activities. Alisa is aggressively expanding its capacity to host events. The Northridge branch has unveiled the magnificent Alisa Pavilion. It's a 1,000-seater dome facility. Now, this state-of-the-art center includes 2 exclusive executive boardrooms.
Mr. President, why?
Now at the Tema Pavilion, you get a spacious 400-seater conference center. It's now fully equipped to host large events. Both pavilions are suitable for wedding, parties, funerals, and everything in between. They also offer pool parties and staycation packages. Alisa Hotel Tema beckons all patrons to take advantage of special offers, staycation packages, pool parties, and special dining experiences. Across both locations, guests can enjoy various entertainment activities, including games nights, Friday barbecue, and Sunday brunch. Do make your memories memorable at Alisa Hotel Northridge and Alisa Hotel in Tema. Alisa Hotel, Akwaba means more than just welcome.
Nausu and Lawyer Jamaica Jr. Lawyer engineer Jamaica Jr. It doesn't come easy at all. It doesn't come easy.
Engineer plus lawyer. That's a serious combination.
Engineer plus lawyer. Dangerous combination. Dangerous one indeed. If you don't know. Chant it yourself.
I used to, but now even as you are playing from the audio, it has lost the bite.
Oh, come on,
no
please.
spirit in it. So they have to do some levels of amendments even within with the song and its wording.
I see.
The elephant is a winning symbol.
That's right.
We are born to do what?
They say we shall win. Now they say we shall win.
To save Ghana.
To save Ghana.
So when they won the last time and they gave us that hope, how did they save Ghana? We are talking about 18 billion. Auditor General's report, as money that have been, as it were, stolen.
Right.
How did they save Ghana with that? How did he save Ghana when Kenneth Ofori-Atta himself has run away?
He's on medical.
He's so fit. He's walking on the street of Washington with steez, chilling here and there. How did they save Ghana with that? So the song itself is problematic.
Well, the National Council of Elders of the New Patriotic Council, did you want to say something about
Yes, the Nobel Peace Prize winner has been announced.
Right.
Oh, is who?
It's the Venezuelan opposition leader.
Nice.
Yes, and Maria Corina Machado.
Congrats to her.
And I think they swerved Donald Trump and.
Of course, but of course,
there are people who.
But of course,
the way you are saying that, of course, the strong with the off.
But of course, but of course, come on.
Yes. He said he ended over 11 wars. So,
Helen, what is the MPP Ad-hoc Committee saying?
All right, so the Ad-hoc Committee has begun its work and they're calling for cooperation and responsible conduct. Now, the National Council of Elders of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, wishes to inform all aspiring presidential candidates, members of their campaign teams, and the general party membership that the Ad hoc Committee constituted by the Council to oversee the conduct of the presidential campaign has commenced its work. The committee has begun monitoring comments, actions, and public engagements of aspirants and their campaign representatives to ensure a peaceful, respectful, and issue-based campaign in line with the values and traditions of the party. Accordingly, members of the party, supporters, and the general public are encouraged that if they come across any utterance, conduct, or social media post by any candidate, spokesperson, or member of a campaign team that is deemed offensive,
Okay. So,
all right, we'll get it up. We'll finish that post. Any that is deemed offensive. Let's roll it, divisive or capable of inciting disunity within the party, they should promptly refer the matter to the committee. Such referrals should be accompanied by credible evidence and may be made either in writing or through direct communication via phone call or WhatsApp. For this purpose, members may contact, you've got the members of the Ad-hoc Committee.
Engineer Dr. Kwesi Abiesi.
That's right.
Is the chairman, and then Mr. Mark Opoku is the secretary to the committee, and they put their numbers there. Okay.
And finally, the Council of Elders once again advises all aspirants and their teams to be mindful of their statements and actions during the campaign period. The party's unity and cohesion remain paramount before, during, and after the presidential primary scheduled for January 31, 2026.
Thank you very much, Helen. We know that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Dr. Brian Champon, Engineer Kwabneje Japan, Kennedy Japan, and Dr. Osei Adichum are in this race. All five of them have been cleared to contest. Council, let me begin with you. One of these five would be elected by the NPP to contest whoever you choose to contest the 2028 elections. You have not made a choice or given a signal yet as to who is going to be on the ballot or who are contending, but they have made a decision. What do you think of these five, first of all?
They're all nice, gentlemen in blue, and gentlemen in blue suits. Indeed, a number of them don't stand any chance.
Who doesn't stand a chance?
Engineer Kwabena Japan.
He doesn't stand a chance
at all.
Why do you say that? He's very confident.
He will struggle to get 1%.
He's very confident that he's going to win.
You haven't seen. You were raised in Accra. You haven't seen they were chasing somebody, Julo, and the person was shouting Jesus, Jesus, Jesus before. You haven't seen before.
I've seen that before in Abosokai.
So, I mean, you could still be, you know that where you have reached, Jesus, they come inside, but you still be shouting Jesus. That's the sort of, I mean, he won't get anything. Dr. Osei Adichum might come up a bit, and Brian will also not. These three will not get anything. It's a 2-horse race.
Dr. Saya Duchum.
Yes.
Brian Champon and then Engineer Kwabena Japan,
yes,
you have ruled them out
completely.
So it's now a 2-horse race between Dr. Bawumia and Kennedy Japan.
Yes, and
why is that?
And we are aware that Dr. Bawumia will emerge the leader.
You are aware?
Yeah. I mean,
by what means?
By history. They are photocopying the booklet from NDC to say that he's the most marketed person. He's the one that everybody knows. Nobody has won without going the second time, etc. Except that this time, him going the second time, he won't win. Yes, the baggage that he will come with. Now that he has openly apologized for the misdeeds of the last government, then previously we were hitting the ball against him to go to corner. Now it will be, he is firmly in line for the fire. So no, he won't get anything. And I like the way Radio Gold mentions their names. One of them is Akwetia, Nkoko, Elon Musk. And you hear names like that, and you give all those names. They look so Wale Adam Smith. He has all the names. That guy has all the names for all of them very nicely. Nothing will come out of. We are not being complacent, but Ghanaians have reached a stage that it will be very difficult to forgive and forget already what we have gone through in the last.
But you have not even done 1 year.
Yes. That is why I'm telling you that there is a whip at the back of every appointee that if you mess up, you are gone. Yes, NDC is fully aware. And the rate at which things are going, if we continue along that line, no.
But Dr. Brian Champon is very confident of a win. Same as Dr. Saya Duchum. Very confident of that. You have not seen their advertorials.
No, you see,
the way they have presented their manifestos, their ideas, not manifestos necessarily.
Yes, perhaps they are projecting for the next primaries.
Okay,
not 2024, 2028. They are projecting beyond that, so they want to appear relevant. You know, one of the things that Alan suffered, and one of the things that Spiograba suffered was the fact that they were not in front line doing everything as Bawumia was doing. So at a stage, Bawumia became Yes, and became the face of the party beyond the presidency.
Right.
Okay, and they made Alan go somewhere, and for some reason he was comfortable there. He could have pulled out. He will still be there and be saying, "I am going round. I'm projecting myself," causing a bit of controversy here and there.
Right.
Same thing happened to Spio then, and made him that he fizzled away. And come look, Brian Champon cannot even command Eastern region votes totally. He can't.
Okay, Solo. What do you see?
I see Rich Men's Club, 4 Rich Men Club, and then one engineer who is struggling. I don't know whether you will be part of the ballot in Kwabena Japan. But there is an internal issue. They are trying to...
About a development fee?
Yes, he has not been able to pay. And interestingly, with the exception of him, the rest were in government.
Right.
So for the rest to be able to pay the 4.6 million and being part of government tells you why we are that huge.
With 80 million.
I can imagine. They pay 4.6 billion. So multiplied by 4, we are talking about how much? That is 18.4 billion.
Yeah.
Are you not scandalized by that? And Kwabena Japan, who was never in government, is struggling. Now he's begging that they must look at his advocacy in the past, activism in the past, to keep him in the party. I wouldn't be surprised that tomorrow he will be taken out of the balloting. It's so sad, but I don't.
And who is going to win? Who do you tip to?
I've said that Bawumia will win because the whole thing has been schemed for him. It has been skewed for him.
Schemed by who?
By the establishment. You know what the Akufo-Addo regime did for him? It's the same playbook he's using. The delegates list, a lot of the people in there are fake. They are going to capitalize on it. The establishment will make sure that the security that will be provided on the day favors him so that they can rig this election. Can you imagine that for the first time in our history, a political party is going for an internal election, and one of the aspirants, Ghanaians must listen to this carefully. One of the aspirants has set up an anti-rigging committee for an internal election. What it means is that when they were in power, they rigged. They rigged the system to even get 41.74 that they are telling us.
No, but to be forewarned is to be forearmed.
No. But internal elections, you have been able to form an anti-rigging machinery to avert any rigging. What does it tell you?
He wants to stay awake, not sleep on the job.
These people always also want that they do. Anyway, so he will win. He will. He will give Kennedy Japan 15%, and it's a prediction. Not that the people love him. In fact, he's the most unpopular person within the MPP structure. But yet they will force him on.
Kennedy Japan is the most unpopular. Bawumia is the most unpopular.
Kennedy Japan, no, Bawumia is the most unpopular. He's popular for the wrong reasons, so it makes him unpopular.
Okay.
In terms of electoral victory.
But Kennedy stands a chance.
If things were going to be fair, he would have beaten him squarely. In fact, any of them could beat Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on the fair playing
But
ground.
he is the showdown man, is he not?
Kennedy?
Yes.
Oh, he has lost the steam. Someone who was preaching all the good, hitting all the right notes, all of a sudden, as he wants to lead the country, he has begun behaving like a gentleman. Meanwhile, you say, let Ken be Ken.
But he's a gentleman.
What do we know Ken to be? It's a Bugana. So we move in that direction and would have won a lot of hearts. But now he's doing something different. In terms of the Ad-hoc Committee, I'm surprised that it's too late in the day.
For them to be making those statements?
No, to have come out with that committee. Johnny, what sound bites are you waiting for again? Haven't you received enough? For the first time, they have moved beyond the sins of them to even the medical records of aspirants. We are being told that some have mental problems. Haven't you heard that?
I've heard some of the suggestions.
We are being told that someone is also suffering from autism.
Hey.
Now, something I've been advocating for, that we must be checking the medical backgrounds of these candidates that intends to lead this country. MPP is offering it free of charge.
But it's in the constitution. You must check for sound mind.
Sound mind. Yeah. But so they have come out. The Bawumia camp is saying that Kennedy Japan has a mental problem. The Kennedy camp is saying that Mahmoud Bawumia is suffering from autism. What else do you need? Soundbite again. That do I need that I wait for this committee to come and support? We have had enough. If they go ahead to bring in new things, some of us will not accept any new office.
But you are not part of them, so why do you say you?
No, I'm a Ghanaian, and I'm saying as a Ghanaian, I am not interested in hearing any new news from their camp. What you have gotten is enough. You have given us 36 cents of Bawumia, 40 cents of Brian, 30 cents of Kennedy, 40 cents of Ebik. As for the truth, it's even affecting the marriage.
Oh.
They said he was sleeping here and there with it. I mean, it's serious. Oh.
Yeah, they said it.
But this is an internal contest.
But
why
they have
would they
already
say
destroyed themselves. So what? So why do you bring this?
So engineer doctor.
It's a waste of. Where was he when they were destroying themselves?
Because today's the day for the ballot.
But already we have the soundbites. If you open your PC, you can play more than thousands of these soundbites.
Johnny, let me interrupt my brother.
I want
to ask a simple question. When Abronia and the rest were misbehaving, they say if they misbehave, institute civil action against them.
Right.
Don't do anything. Why won't they allow them to misbehave? And the institute civil action.
We already have the soundbites.
Yes.
So it's late in the day.
Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for your time. Solomon Owusu, Director of Communications for the Movement for Change, and also lawyer Theophilus Jemega, engineer Theophilus Jemega, Esquire.
Next year you give him a new title.
Esquire, yeah, we add PhD to it. Thank you very much for your time. We're grateful. And quickly do birthdays and check out of the studio.
Happy birthday.